Triumph. Triumph is the greatest human dream. The reason to wake up every day, to make yourself better, to make every effort to win small and big battles. So in the end you can lie down, look up at the sky and say, yes, I won. Triumph is the ultimate goal of any sporting event. A rich mix of qualities, experience, luck, random events, and many other factors. To get to the point where all these factors lead you to the victory podium. This is the last day of the Fenix Rally 2022. The day in which we will find out the names of the big winners. The last stage of the Fenix started and ended in the portal to the Sahara, Douz. The competitors had one last chance to enjoy the beautiful sand dunes, but also to make an unthinkable mistake that would shake things up in the standings. With an advantage of more than 10 minutes in the overall standings, South African Matthew Gerd did not need to win the stage, but he certainly needed to avoid making serious mistakes. Because in the last 2 days his pursuer Jacobi Mikel picked up the pace and started an all-or-nothing assault that could not help but worry the leader in the standings. This concern was justified. Inaccuracies in navigation led to Gerd wasting time. The clock was ticking relentlessly and the racer's advance began to melt like snow in the Sahara sun. Meanwhile, Mikel was giving his best and broke away from the leader. The question was, is it enough to grab the victory at the last possible moment? The answer here was no, it was not enough. And even though the Frenchman eliminated almost all of Matthew Gerd's lead, the South African had a few golden minutes left, which brought him the ultimate prize.
Oh, I'm so happy to finish, and I think I won, so good result, yeah. I started first, lost some time with a bit of navigation error, and then I just decided to, stay calm, stay focused, and get to the end. Really happy to come back. Last year I had to retire from the second day from accident, so it's great to come back this year and win.
It's normal to be disappointed when your efforts have not yielded the desired result. However, Jacobi Mikel can be proud of his performance, which was one of the most impressive in this year's edition of the rally.
It's a good feeling.
I rode very well, very well, and I succeeded on the second place.
On doit faire deuxième, quoi, voilà.
It was one very good rally, although it was hard, with a lot of dunes.
C'est vraiment difficile, de la vraie navigation, du sable.
I think we did our job.
C'est très dur, mais c'est un vraiment bon rallye.
fight for third place was no less interesting. It found its solution at the last moment, after the Pole Bartolomei Tavin finished second in the last day and moved above the Lithuanian Justas Grindelis to take third place on the podium.
Super się czuję. Dzisiaj piękny etap, no wiadomo, bardzo szybki i tym etapem dzisiaj udało mi się skoczyć na trzecie miejsce w generalce. Jestem zadowolony.
After the Frenchman Sébastien Tocoben showed better pace over the last few days, the culmination of his performance came with winning the last stage. This brought him 6th place in the final standings. With a lead of just over a minute, Matthew Gerd is the champion of the Fenix Rally in motorcycles for 2022. Over the past 7 days, we have witnessed several times how good teamwork can be an invaluable ally in a difficult race like the Fenix. One of the most exciting collaborations was that of Lithuanians Antanas Kanopkinas and Adomas Gantierius from the CF Moto team, who dictated the tempo in the ATV class. Only Gaetana Nicolas Martinez from France managed to oppose the well-prepared Lithuanian duo, but every time this happened, the Baltic duo responded accordingly the next day and kept their lead. This happened in the last stage as well. The winner was Gantierius, who finished the day with a time of nearly 3 hours and 15 minutes. Only a minute behind him was his teammate Kanopkinas, which was enough to guarantee the final victory in the rally.
We need to push today, and we push from the first kilometer to the second. So today Adomas is in the first place, I'm in the second, and overall I'm in the first and Adomas in the second. Yes, so
very good resultation. Yes.
Yeah, we come here to get respect to CF Moto, and every race everyone will respect CF Moto brand more and more. So that's our mission and that's our job. We come here to stay.
After his fantastic victory the day before, Gaetan Martinez did not have the strength to repeat and finish the stage in third place, while Nicolas Martinez remained fourth for the day and third in the overall standings. Thus, one of the most impressive team performances in the rally this year ended with an absolute Lithuanian triumph. The Lithuanians were also involved in the battle for the SSV class, where the well-trained Baltic Armada acted in sync against the outstanding leader from the beginning of the race, Benoît Pietro. The Pole Maciej Stolarski and the Estonian Chris Manema also joined the party. Before the last day, everyone had to be concentrated to the limit. The question was, who could take how much risk and whether that risk would pay off? The answer came only a few hours later. Maciej Stolarski put in everything he had and won the stage. However, it turned out that everyone had written their homework, and the other contenders did not allow themselves to fall into the trap of the last day. What's more, the top 5 finished in just over 3.5 minutes, a testament to the exceptional class of competitors in this category.
So good, it's amazing feeling. It was super rally. We were rookie on the desert. It was first our rally on the desert, and it was very enjoy. And I'm very happy that finish and so good place because there was so many fast guys, and we are good speed and good result.
At the end, Benoît Pietro withstood the pressure, finished the day in third place with just 20 seconds behind, and grabbed the class title. But this came with a great deal of anxiety in the last kilometers.
What happened?
Yes, it's broken, maybe, but we can drive. Maybe, yeah.
Congratulations, how do you feel?
Thank you. It was a very nice race, very nice stage, and maybe we are the first.
What do you
think about the victory? Yeah, it's very pleasant.
Tomasz Mickus and his navigator Dariusz Leskauskas had a great race and secured second place in the final standings with the same position in the final stage.
At last we are at the finish. 7 days was really hard work, and today especially the day was I don't know, terrible, but also very good. Thought it will be like the adventure, but it was so hard. I feel so exhausted, but I think every racer should come here and try this, because it's really gives you a lot of experience in the dunes, in the desert, and so on.
The top 3 in the standings at the last stage also formed the top 3 in the general standings, but in reverse order. The SSV class did not disappoint in this year's edition of the Fenix Rally. It was only on the penultimate day of the race that we began to see signs of a denouement in the battle for the first place in cars. In the 6th stage, the Estonian Urvo Manama inflicted a heavy defeat on the rival for the title, Riens Hofstra, and the Dutchman was left only hoping for a blunder of the leader in the standings in the last stage. However, this did not happen. With remarkable composure, at least at first glance, Manama and his buggy swam through the last dunes of this edition of the race to reach a well-deserved first place in both the stage and the final standings.
Today was, I would say, mentally quite difficult, because we were, first of all, we had to just come here and stay in one piece, but also it was quite rough, and there were some strange noises in the car, and co-driver had headache, so it was not the easiest, but we made it. Yeah, very good rally. I would say that the road book and the tracks and the stages have been very, very nice. So I hope, let's say, more competitive cars would also come here. Then it would be an even more better race. So.
Even before he knew the day's standings, Hofstra felt the battle for first place was lost. Despite doing everything possible until the very end, the competitor with number 218 remained second both in the day and in the general classification. For the other Dutch crew with ambitions for the top 3, Rick van der Brink, the only one possible albeit difficult goal was to get on the podium. For this purpose, however, he had to beat Joel Purga to third place, something that the Estonian did not allow to happen on the last day, and although the Dutchman gave a third time and Purga a fourth, the turnaround in the final standings did not happen. The incredible battle in the cars left us breathless until the very end, and we can only hope that in the next edition we will see even more action in this class. The race of the big boys was spectacular, not only because of the posture of the huge machines, but also because of the unexpected drama at the last moment. Willem van Groningen started and established himself as an absolute favourite before a series of events called into question his status as the ultimate winner in the class. Stage 6 and the huge sand dunes proved to be too complicated a puzzle for the crew of the Green Iveco, which failed to reach the end of this section. This created the illusion that victory in the race was not impossible for Ad van Velsen, who in the early stages watched on with the eyes of a realist the growing difference in favour of Van Groningen. However, it turned out that at the most critical moment, the leader withstood the tension and finished what he had started at the beginning of the week. The victory in the last stage confirmed Van Groningen's title.
A winner feels always great. The rally was spectacular and the dunes were very heavy, and for us it were new dunes. We only drive at Morocco or Saudi Arabia, and that's completely different dunes. Here it's almost water. The sand is water. It's very difficult to ride, but it was a learning process for all.
Ad van Velsen had a great race, full of both problems and happy moments. In the end, he can't help but be pleased with second place in the final standings.
We have tried, but it was impossible. The dunes were too easy. The dunes of yesterday were difficult, and yeah, then we make a lot of time, good. We had hope that it was very difficult dunes. There was almost only change, but the dunes were very easy. But it was a good stage. It was a good rally, and when we had not so much problems, technical problems, the first day, then we were number one, and now we're number two. But we are happy with it.
Klaas Steinhoffel had the task to finish the race without a big waste of time, and this was not a problem for the German. In the last stage he remained fourth and lost 41 minutes of his lead over the fourth in the standings Alexander Kott, but it was a small sacrifice in the name of the big goal, stepping on the podium. Thus the ranking of trucks gained an expected outcome, but in an unexpectedly dramatic way. We can only hope that in the next edition, the Armada of the Greats will be even bigger, spectacular and more attractive. Seven days after the official start in the Tunisian capital, the second edition of the Fenix Rally has officially ended. 7 days that will be remembered forever by everyone who touched this race. And that is how we say goodbye to our beloved Sahara. See you soon.